From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is 1011's Morning Pulse.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.
Good morning. This is Craig Allison with your Morning Pulse for Tuesday, October 15th. Our first story is coming in from over the weekend. The Sheriff's Office in York County tells us one person died over a crash just east of Henderson. First responders got a call about a two-car crash in the afternoon over the weekend at a county road intersection. And while it's not clear what happened to cause the accident, deputies tell us 88-year-old Leroy Friesen died at the scene. State Patrol is now working to reconstruct the crash and will continue to keep you updated as we learn more about this. Our second story, CHI Health is warning of a rise in whooping cough cases in Nebraska, saying just last week the Department of Health and Human Services saw 51 cases across the state. Climbing numbers have been concerning because in the last few years, these cases have been almost non-existent. Many of the reported cases have been in school-aged kids, and they do recommend to make sure all of your kids are up to date on whooping cough vaccines and boosters. Third story out of Clay County, two men are accused of trying to kill someone, and according to court documents, it appears to be a failed hit job. About a month ago, a man says two people came to his home in Harvard, kicked down his door, and shot him in the leg. Investigators tracked the SUV they were driving to Hastings, and 26-year-old Tristan Speak-Smith and 44-year-old Gerardo Garcia Sanchez were arrested for attempted first-degree murder, trespassing, and burglary. Your fourth story, there's just 3 weeks to go until Election Day with early voting already underway. The League of Women Voters Nebraska launched their Vote 411 Voters Guide, allowing voters to compare and contrast candidates across different races. It also explains the differences between the 6 initiatives and referendums that Nebraskans will decide on. People can also register to vote, check for important deadlines, and find their polling place on it. Wrapping things up with your fifth and final story, this photo was shared with us of a comet making headlines, shot from Eagle Sunday night, but combined with more photos from the International Space Station. This comet was last seen 80,000 years ago. And the next few weeks, you should look towards the western night sky just after sunset because the comet won't be visible from Earth again for another 80,000 years. That is your Morning Pulse, and we'll end things off with a look at your 7-day.
You've been listening to 1011's Morning Pulse. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.